The evolution of cartography and technology. The earliest map humans have known about date back to 4,500 years and were from ancient Babylon. It was the Chinese, however, who first created the foundation of cartography. Most of the cartographic ideas today are linked to the Greeks, who in the 4th century introduced the ideas of the Earth's shape, the idea of an equator, and an accurate measurement of the Earth's size. In 276 to 195 BCE, the head of the Library of Alexandria, using basic knowledge of Earth-Sun geometry, calculated the circumference of the Earth to be 40,500 kilometers. It was also during this period that Claudius Ptolemy, 90 to 138 CE, produced his work on the basics of cartography. Mapmaking became more realistic in the 2nd century when a Greek scholar, Claudius Ptolemy, used math and geometry to come up with a system of latitude and longitude for almost 10,000 locations across 3 different continents. Even as mapping became more of a science, people still favored religion and such. It wasn't until the Renaissance period that cartography began to boom again, with the advancements in printing and engraving that led to the widespread of cartographic knowledge. The spreading of this knowledge allowed the first globe and the Dutch atlas to be created. The 18th and 19th century saw a development in methods for mapping. One of the more recent forms of cartography is thematic mapping, and many of the breakthroughs in this field were discovered in Europe using new forms of statistical data. Initially, the thematic maps were used mostly to map natural occurring events. During this same time frame, maps that focused more on biology started to appear. Another type of mapping that really flourished was social cartography. Social cartography is the mapping of any and all human phenomena, such as religion or language. During the time of rising social cartography, many cartographers and statisticians also began to map health data such as diseases and sanitation. With advancements in technology, there are also corresponding advancements in surveying and cartography. In the beginning, the tools used to perform surveys produced results that were acceptable for the time. However, with the new age developments, the role of land surveying became critical to infrastructure development. The plane survey table was initially created to perform land surveys. It lost its use to the electronic theodolite, which became the total station. New technologies are invented to develop processes that provide quicker and more precise results. The latest and most advanced tool in land surveying are drones. Modern surveying equipment is exceedingly more accurate when compared to the results produced by the tools developed decades ago. For a fundamental and complex process such as land surveying, accurate results have changed the entire process. This accuracy is important when trying to conserve the limited land we have available. Previously, land surveying was limited to just the land, but now these methods have evolved so much that they are no longer limited to just measuring land. They are still used to survey the land, but also the sea and airspace, to discover new infrastructure development opportunities, and to preserve the land. With advancements in technology, the speed at which surveys can be performed have increased drastically and accurate results are presented in a few hours. Drones, which are the most advanced surveying tool, don't require much human effort and are designed and developed to deliver faster results than previous technology and processes. Conflicts have been eliminated due to advanced development. As a civilization, we have evolved in the past 2 decades and made effective use of our land resources for better infrastructure and green spaces. The smart cities, metro cities, roadways, and railways are all a result of accurate and efficient land surveying powered by technology. After mapping became digital, electronic cartography rapidly began to grow as GPS technology became more intuitive. Marine electronic cartography had specifically taken off as GIS technology is used to map marine ecosystems and ocean transportation. The goal of marine electronic cartography is to improve ocean transportation and make it more efficient than it was in the past. This area of GIS technology is still growing and there's an increasing need for professionals in the field of cartography. The number of students earning degrees in cartography has risen 40% in the past decade. Another change that came with the digital age was the advancement in publishing. This new technology made maps more accessible and user-friendly for the everyday user. Not so long ago, you had to have researching skills to understand a map. Now everyone can create a map of any location of the world with ease. Once mapping software became accessible to anyone with the basic requirements such as internet access and a computer, people had the ability to map out anything they needed, from their backyard to their living room. All of this made possible by mapping software, and with easy-to-use features to help along the way, you can have a map that looks professionally made. Online mapping is very convenient for businesses due to it being accessible from any computer and some mobile devices. This allows coworkers to access mapping data and other vital information right at their fingertips, so long as you have an internet connection. Although it's good for businesses, it is also very efficient in teaching for the same reason, and with instructor feedback, it is almost the same as an in-classroom instruction. Eric Gunderson, CEO of Mapbox, a platform that provides mapping tools to companies like Foursquare, Evernote, and Snapchat, said, "Mapping tools are instantly available, customized, and interactive. Users are at the center of them. We can make specific maps that aggregate elements we are interested in and discard those we find irrelevant." People use online mapping software during everyday travel, whether it's Google Maps to find your friend's house or even to find your iPhone after misplacing it. People may also use Esri, which is an online informational site where anyone with an interest into mapping can understand the basic mapping functions and how to create a map. Even with present-day cartographic finds, the 20th century still holds the greatest developments in cartography, with the introduction of aerial photography, satellite imagery, and remote sensing. Features like coastlines and topography were better understood, leading to the revolution of cartography in the form of computer technology.